Hi, so I am doing the 100 questions nobody ever asks tag. And so here it goes. It's going to be quite long, but I thought I'd give it a go. I saw this on Black Friday's video, and I have also seen this before when I was looking at a list of tags. So some of these are kind of weird, but I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Do you sleep with your closet doors open or closed? Closed. I know it sounds childish, but there's just something about it that bothers me to have them open. So I have to have them closed. I don't even like having, well, they're open right now, but mostly at night I don't like to have them open. Do you take the shampoo and conditioner bottles from hotels? Yeah, why not? Do you sleep with your sheets tucked in or out? Kind of like, well, they're tucked in at the bottom so that they stay on the bed, but the sides aren't tucked in. Have you stolen a street sign before? No, I have not. But I don't think I ever would, because to me that's just something that I would do. And there is a street sign, though, that is named after me. It's called Kimmy Street, and that'd be really awesome to have, but I wouldn't steal it. I'd take it if somebody else gave it to me, though. Do you like to use post-it notes? I have some post-it notes that a friend gave me, and I have them hanging on my wall, and I always forget to use them because I'm always writing myself notes. I don't know why I don't use them. I need to start using them more often. Do you cut out coupons but then never use them? Sometimes. I don't really use coupons unless they're for food. Would you rather be attacked by a big bear or a swarm of bees? This is crazy. Probably the bees, because I think you can heal from that a lot faster than a bear. Unless you are allergic to bee stings, which I don't think I am, so. Do you have freckles? Yes, but not to the point where they're like a lot of freckles. I mean, obviously, I have this one here that my dad's friend used to call a beauty mark, and I hated it for so long, and I've just kind of learned to just embrace it now. But there's like several places on my body that I have like freckles, and like, I don't think you can see, but on my elbow, kind of right here, I have these weird freckles that are like in the shape of a diamond. If you were to connect the dots, it would look like a kite. It's so weird. So, do you always smile for pictures? Not always. I mean, I try. Once in a while, I don't like to smile with my teeth showing that much because I feel like I have horrible teeth. Because I have this baby tooth here that I never lost, and for some reason it's just never grew out, and I never got an adult tooth there, so it looks stupid when I smile. So I do a little bit of both, as you see on my Instagram. What is your biggest pet peeve? Oh my goodness, I can't. I've done many videos about pet peeves, and I can't put my finger on the biggest one. I guess I'll just say the one that's annoying me the most lately is people, like, when you offer something to someone and you're like, do you want some, or do you want a drink or something like this, and they're like, no, I'll have some later. And I'm like, I offered it to you now. If you don't take it now, there aren't going to be any left later because I'm going to eat it or I'm going to drink it. I mean, that's just some little bugaboo that I have lately. Do you ever count your steps when you walk? Yes, I do. Sometimes I do it unconsciously. Like, I have a pedometer that I use, and it counts my steps for me, obviously. But sometimes I'll just like start counting my steps while I'm walking, and I'm like, why am I counting? Why am I doing this? It's just a weird quirk that I have sometimes. Alright, here are 2 questions that I really don't want to say out loud because I find them to be very private and kind of embarrassing. But one is, I'm going to say, have you ever gone number 1 in the woods Yes, I did, but it was an accident, and that's all I want to say about it. Have you ever gone number 2 in the woods? No, I have not, and I hope I won't have to. Do you ever dance? Do you ever dance even if there's no music playing? Yes, because I always have music playing in my head, especially past couple of days. Do you chew your pens and pencils? No, that's kind of a pet peeve of mine. I hate it when people do that. It's kind of, yeah, I might put it in my mouth for a second, you know, to hold on to it while I'm doing something, but I don't chew on them, especially pencils. I find that really gross. I've had people do that, like borrow my pen or my pencil and they give it back to me all chewed up, and I'm like, you can keep it. What size is your bed? My bed back there is a twin, and as you can see, it's a platform bed, kind of like a bunk but without a top bunk. I've always had a twin bed. One time in my life I had a full-size bed and I still slept on one side, so it's like I'm either meant to have somebody to sleep next to me or I just can't sleep in the middle of a bed. What is your song of the week? The song that I said was in my head is Gangnam Style. It's in my head because I've been trying to learn the Just Dance Gangnam Style dance, and so that's been in my head and I've been listening to it over and over again. And I know I'm a little late in the game into getting into that song, and I heard it when it came out a little bit, but I never really actually fully listened to it till like this week. So that's my song. I know, I can't help it. It's a cool song. Is it okay for guys to wear pink? Why wouldn't it be? I mean, it's their choice if they want to wear pink. I will admit that some guys look weird in pink, and it really depends on the shade. I think a very light pink, like a nice light pink button-up shirt, some guys can get away with it and look okay, but ultimately it's their choice. I'm not going to tell them if they can or can't. Do you still watch cartoons? Yeah, kind of. Not as much as I used to. I mean, I like cartoons, but at the same time, I just don't seek out to watch them. Some of my favorites I used to watch were Animaniacs and Tiny Toon Adventures. Those were, like, awesome. And, of course, I like some anime. I don't know if you consider those cartoons, but they are animated, so... My favorite animes are Inuyasha and Death Note and Cowboy Bebop. I know Yugo's cringing, but what can you do? What is your least favorite movie? There's probably a lot of movies I don't like, but I remember really hating Seven. I think I was in a really bad mood when I went to the theater. I didn't like the movie at all. It disturbed me and annoyed me at the same time, and so I just really didn't like it. Plus I was sitting in like the first row and it looked horrible, and I had a headache and it made me dizzy. Where would you bury hidden treasure if you had some? Excuse me? I wouldn't tell you if I did. Why would a pirate tell you where he buried his treasure or her treasure? What do you drink with dinner? I guess it depends. Either water or juice. Some kind of juice. Once in a great while I'll have like a Sierra Mist. Mostly water or juice. What do you dip a chicken nugget in? I don't eat chicken nuggets that much. Oh, once in a while, and if I do, it's probably barbecue sauce or ranch. What is your favorite food? I've said this so many times, I'm just gonna go and say chicken again. What movies could you watch over and over again and still love? 12 Monkeys, my favorite movie. The Truman Show. Probably the Back to the Future trilogy, but I haven't seen it in so long, but I used to watch them so much that I like memorized them. So So I'm just gonna go with those 3 for now. I mean, of course I can watch Pirates of the Caribbean over and over again and love those. And Jurassic Park, but okay, I said more. And Psycho. I said more than I said I was gonna say, but yeah, there you go. Last person you kissed, or kissed you. You go. Which was on Tuesday. Were you ever a boy or a Girl Scout? No, I never had that opportunity. Would you ever strip or pose nude in a magazine? No. What was the last time you wrote a letter to someone on paper? Probably last month. I wrote to Sarah, and I'm about ready to write to someone else. I just have been putting it off. Can you change the oil on a car? No. I know how to check oil and put more oil in, but I don't know how to change oil. Ever gotten a speeding ticket? No, because I don't drive. Ever run out of gas? Not me personally because I don't drive, but I've been in the car when people have ran out of gas, and that was a miserable situation both times. What's your favorite kind of sandwich? Anything with meat and cheese, and if I go to Subway, I'll get like vegetables on it too, like green peppers and banana peppers and pickles and cucumbers and spinach. But just at home, basically meat and cheese, mostly ham. I like ham. Best thing to eat for breakfast? Cereal. I would say cereal, sometimes eggs. If I want to like indulge, waffles, but mostly cereal because, I mean, not to be gross or anything, but it really helps your digestive system, at least for me. What is your usual bedtime? This is probably really terrible, but like 3. Anytime between 2:30 and 3:30 a.m. I know that's horrible. When I had the job for 6 days, it was a completely different schedule, so it was weird, but yeah. Are you lazy? Yes and no. Mostly no, because I'm a really hard worker. I work my butt off when I do work hard. I mean, when I do work, and I am more, I would say, more procrastinator than lazy, because even if I am lazy about doing something that I've been meaning to do for quite some time, the reason I'm not doing it is because I'm doing other things instead. So I am busy working, doing something else, a different project or other tasks. I'm just not doing the one that I should be doing or the one that I've been meaning to do. But yeah, I have my lazy moments like everybody does. When you were a kid, what did you dress up for Halloween? I've said this in other videos. I didn't celebrate Halloween when I was a kid because I grew up in a Jehovah's Witness family, and so I never got to celebrate Halloween. Not until I was like almost 13. Yeah, 13 I want to say. And like the first time I got to dress up, I was a witch. What is your Chinese astrological sign? Dragon! How many languages can you speak? 1. No, I can only speak 1 language. Know a little Spanish, but not like a whole lot. Do you have any magazine subscriptions? No. Years and years ago, I used to have a subscription to YM when I was like 19, 20. Which are better, Legos or Lincoln Logs? I never really had the chance to play with Lincoln Logs that much, so I'm gonna go with Legos. Because I think you could just do so much more with them. They're probably way more versatile. Are you stubborn? Yeah, I can be stubborn, especially when somebody tells me to calm down. That's like something like, I'll be like, no, I won't calm down. I can be very stubborn about that. Who is better, Leno or Letterman? I really don't care either way. I don't really watch those shows. Yeah, so. I've watched soap operas, yes. I used to watch soap operas. I used to watch General Hospital. And I used to watch One Life to Live and a little bit of All My Children. I don't watch them anymore. I don't want to. Sometimes I see it because my friend watches them and she tells me all about them. So basically know what's going on in General Hospital, although I don't really want to know. Are you afraid of heights? Not to the point where I would panic or I can't climb up high. I like to climb things. I can climb up high. It's the coming down that bothers me. And I like going up high if I have something around me, you know, like a barrier or something. But if there was nothing there, I think it would be a little scarier. But I'm not really afraid of heights because I've like climbed up on ledges and stood just a few feet from like ocean. So not really. Just if I have to come down, it's very steep, then I get a little scared. But other than that, nah. Do you sing in the car? Of course. Do you sing in the shower? Of course. Do you dance in the car? Of course. Ever used a gun? No, I haven't. Oh, that might be something I'd like to do someday. Don't know why. It just seems like something, like a rite of passage to shoot something. Last time you got a portrait taken by a photographer? Probably when I was a kid, like at school. High school probably. Do you think musicals are cheesy? No, I actually kind of like them. And I'm not like into them as much as I used to be. Like when I was a teenager, I had absolutely no life. I mean, even more so than now. So I would watch old movies and I would watch some musicals. And like the last musical I watched was Into the Woods, and I had no idea it was going to be a musical. And in the beginning I was like, whoa, this is a musical? But then I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved that movie. And the songs are amazing and they get in your head. Is Christmas stressful? Yeah, I love Christmas, but the stressful part about Christmas is that people put so much emphasis on the gifts and the buying of gifts that I have absolutely no time to relax and enjoy the season. And that makes me angry and stressed out because I don't want to put emphasis on it, but everybody else wants to, so I have to run around town with them. Ever eat a pierogi? I think I have, and I don't really like them. Favorite type of fruit pie? I don't really eat fruit pies, but I guess I would have to say banana cream. Occupations you wanted when you were a kid? An artist, which I still kind of want, but I have absolutely no idea how to pursue that. And when I was a kid, I always saw myself as like the successful businesswoman. Weird, I know, because that's like so far from me, and I don't know where that came from, but I remember having that vision when I was a kid. Also thought I was going to be blonde too. I don't know where that came from either. But mostly artist. Do you believe in ghosts? No. Not really. Ever have a deja vu feeling? A lot of times I have. Do you take a vitamin daily? I should. I did for a while. And I need to, but I just can't afford to buy vitamins right now. Do you wear slippers? Yes, I cannot stand to not wear slippers. I hate just wearing socks in the house because I hate getting my socks dirty and ruining them. So I have to wear slippers. Kind of anal about that. Do you wear a bathrobe? No, not really. Only if I get really cold in the winter, then I'll wear it like over my pajamas or when I'm sick. But other than that, not really. What do you wear to bed? Pajama pants and a t-shirt. Sometimes a tank top if I'm hot. What was your first concert? My first concert was... Geez, I can't remember. Well, I want to say it was Dave Matthews Band. That was like my first official concert. Dave Matthews Band at the Gorge. And it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, because I knew more of his older stuff, and this was his new album, and I only knew like one song from his new album, so it was really difficult to enjoy it because I wasn't familiar with the music. But it was cool to see him, and the Gorge is a beautiful place, but there were so many people high and drunk that it was so not enjoyable. The atmosphere and the environment, I just didn't like being around it. Not that I'm a prude or anything, but that was the time when I first became a Christian, and I was really trying to get away from some certain things, so it was a really difficult environment. Walmart, Target, or Kmart? I'm gonna go with all three, because I like Target, and sometimes it has things cheaper than Walmart. I like Kmart, but it's further away, but I do like going there once in a while, especially for clearance or at Halloween or Christmas. And good old Walmart's just down the street. It's like our major store in this very small town, so what can you do? Nike or Adidas? Alright, I cannot afford either of these. Can't afford Nikes, I can't afford Adidas. I do have a pair of Nikes on right now, but that was only because I got them at the thrift store for $6.99. So Cheetos or Fritos? I like both. I don't eat Cheetos that often. It's kind of a few and far between thing, but when I get the craving for them, I'll eat them. Fritos are pretty addictive too, but I don't try to like eat chips a whole lot, just once in a while. Peanuts or sunflower seeds? That's another thing I don't eat that much of either, because I'll have sunflower seeds on salad, like if I go to a buffet. I think that's really good. And peanuts, like if I go to a ball game, I'll have a few peanuts that you crack open, but it's not really something I like that much. But once in a great while, I just like get a hankering for peanuts. Like I'm at the grocery store and I'll get a bag of peanuts and just have those for a snack. Ever hear of the group Tres Bien? I have no idea what that means. No, and I don't really know. Three good? I want to say that's what that translates to in Spanish, but I don't know. Never heard of it. I'll have to look that up. Ever take dance lessons? No. Obviously, from what you've seen in my videos. Is there a profession you picture your future spouse doing? Yeah. I hope he gets to accomplish his dream of being a screenwriter. That would be amazing for him. And I believe in him, and I know he could do it if just given the chance. Can you curl your tongue? Ever won a spelling bee? No, I've never been in a spelling bee. I'm a terrible speller. Have you ever cried because you were so happy? Of course, lots of times. Own any record albums? Yeah, they're somewhere out in the garage. I used to own a Cyndi Lauper album, but I think it got cracked, and that upsets me. I had a Michael Jackson Thriller album. I have some 80s records, I think. And maybe some kids records. I do have like these records. I had an E.T. soundtrack when I was a kid, and then I had those records that you play, the little ones, and you would read the story with it. It would ding and you turn the page. Yeah, I know I'm old. I own a record player. No, I don't personally own a record player, but there's 2 record players in this house, so if I did want to play vinyls, I could. Do you regularly burn incense? No, because I have incense, and once in a while I will burn it, but I can't really burn it in this house because other people hate it and are allergic to it. So what I do is I do wax melts. Ever been in love? Yes, I am in love right now. Never thought I would be, but I am with Hugo. Hugo Strange. What would you like to see in concert? I would love to see the Newsboys again. I have not seen them in a long time. I haven't seen the new Newsboys. I mean, everybody, Duncan, Jamie, and Jody are still there, but Peter's gone and Phil's gone, which makes me really sad. But I'd like to see them with Michael Tate. I think that would be really awesome. What was the last concert you saw? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. Okay. I will say, depending on what kind of concert you're talking about, because I've seen concerts at church, and they're like gospel singers, and so there's probably like the last concert, kind of little concert that I've seen. But big concerts would be the Newsboys at the Puyallup Fair, which was quite a while ago. I don't get to go to concerts. I can't afford to go to concerts. Hot tea or cold tea? I hate iced tea. It's like one of those things where I want to like it, but I just hate it. It's gross. So hot tea, definitely. Tea or coffee? Both. I have a weakness for coffee, but I'm trying to drink more tea lately, especially at nighttime, because I've noticed that coffee kind of gives me like indigestion or heartburn or something if I drink it at night. So especially iced coffee like kills me at night. I could drink iced coffee in the day, but if I drink it at night, it's like, ugh. I know, TMI. Sugar cookies or snickerdoodles. I don't eat snickerdoodles that often, but they are pretty darn good. But I make a lot of sugar cookies, especially during the holidays, so I'll go with sugar cookies. Can you swim well? I'm a doggy paddler and a water treader, and that's about as well as I can swim. And I can't really go underwater as much as I did when I was a kid because I have such sinus ear problems and allergies that I don't like to get water in my ears or up my nose. Can you hold your breath without holding your nose? I don't know. I don't understand how to try that. I suppose so. I don't want to turn blue on camera. Are you patient? I think I'm more patient on the outside than I am on the inside, because I complain and get very impatient with people in my head, but I won't express it. But when it comes to major things, I am very patient. I am willing to wait, and I'm willing to just do what it takes to wait for a situation. I mean, having a long distance relationship teaches you patience. DJ or a band at a wedding? Probably a DJ. Ever won a contest? Yeah, I won contests before. Not like major contests, but I won costume contest. For Halloween, I was a tooth fairy and I looked like crap. But somehow, I guess it was because it was so clever. I won a pumpkin carving contest. I won a contest where you guess how many chocolate eyeballs were in a container for Halloween, and my mom gave away my prize. I wanted those chocolate peanut butter eyeballs, and she gave them to somebody else. Just because I helped out with a party, she didn't think that I was allowed to have it. And then when I was a kid, I won a coloring contest. And I won like $3, and I thought I was the richest person in the world. Have you ever had plastic surgery? No, and I don't think I ever would. I have seen people on TV, especially on your face, who had plastic surgery, and they just look way worse. Which are better, black or green olives? Neither, because I hate olives. They're disgusting. Can you knit or crochet? I cannot knit. I've tried to learn knitting several times, and I just end up throwing the needles and getting really angry. So I'm not going to try to knit. I would love to learn how to crochet, though. It looks so much easier than knitting, and I really, really, really want somebody to teach me how. Best room for a fireplace? I don't know. It's a weird question. I guess like a special little sitting room or a parlor. I know it's an old-fashioned word, but I always thought it was kind of a cool thing to have a parlor. Who was your high school crush? I don't know. There was like maybe 2 guys that I liked in high school, like a lot. And it was really weird because there was this one guy that I didn't even notice till like the last week of school, and then I just like noticed him and I really liked him. Like I crushed hard on him. Of course he didn't know me and didn't know I was alive, but it was really hard for me to be around him. And he was a senior and I wasn't, and so he was leaving and I was really sad about that, which was really stupid and immature of me because I didn't even know him, never even talked to him. I just thought he was adorable. And then, oh yeah, I almost forgot about somebody else. So there was actually 3 guys, but, yeah, that was really stupid. It was always stupid because I could never ever have anybody in high school. Do you cry and throw a fit until you get your own way? No, that's not me. It's not me at all. Do you have kids? No. Do you want kids? This is a difficult subject for me right now because I've been seeing a lot of babies lately, and yeah, I just don't even want to talk about it right now. What is your favorite color? Purple. You would think it'd be black, but it is purple. Is my very favorite color, and I do like black too, so purple and black. And I like red with black, so but purple wins out. Do you miss anyone right now? Yes, I do. I'm trying really hard not to cry, but I had to go to the hospital today where my dad passed away, and so I'm missing him a lot. I'm trying really hard not to think about it. And I miss Hugo. Who are you going to tag to do this video next? I'm going to tag anybody and everybody who wants to do this. I always tag my friend Sarah, Lady Midnighter, because she always wants tags to do. But if she thinks this is way too long, because I have 37 minutes unedited right now, I totally don't blame her for not wanting to do it. But if she wants to, you know, and you don't even have to do all these questions. Like, I didn't do all 100. I omitted a couple that I really didn't want to talk about. So, yeah. So I tag anybody. Thanks for watching. And sorry if some of that was a little too much information. But again, these are the questions no one ever asked tag. Later.